Right guys, what is going on? BusterBarnes here, bringing you my match preview for Chelsea's first game in the FA Cup this season against Morecambe. A game that we really should win, a game that would hopefully bring a win that hasn't come in a while, or at least consistently for us, can hopefully, I guess, set us on the right foot if this is even going to matter too much to the players. Obviously, due to the status of Morecambe, we're probably going to see a lot of rotation, so I will be giving you guys my team preview as well as my predicted lineup and my predicted scoreline for the game later today as well. So if you do enjoy these previews, please be sure to leave a like, to comment down below your predictions as well in lineup and in scoreline, and as always, do subscribe for more Chelsea FC content. It seems like a little bit since I talked about Chelsea, just because there's actually been a bit more of a gap compared to some of the gaps that we've seen in December. It was very clustered. And yeah, my last video I actually gave a little bit of a brief overview of what I thought on Lampard's position. I think he's still the guy that we should be sticking with. However, there has been some notions that maybe we're overtraining the players a bit. So hopefully we've toned that down over this break and they've been given a bit of a rest. Because obviously this game seems like one that we'll hopefully win. But the games against Fulham, Leicester and the ones after that are going to be very important to this season. So what better way to try and get a little bit of form going into those than by picking up a win versus Morecambe. The team news is pretty much as follows. Reece James is back in training, which is great to hear, but he's not going to be ready for this game, which isn't the worst thing. Hopefully he'll be available to start against Fulham, as Perquesa is still a great player. He's the club captain, but there definitely is a bit of a gulf in class. But I only want to play James if he's absolutely fit, because as we saw against Arsenal, it maybe wasn't the best game to play him. On other players as well, Andreas Christensen is out. Don't really know too much on that, but I know he's out. Again, doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess it raises a bit of a question of who's going to partner maybe Rudiger at centre-back. I mean, we all know who it should be, but who is it actually going to be? And then also, N'Golo Kante is out with a small hamstring problem. He's suspended for the Fulham game as well, so hopefully he gets the rest needed to recover, and hopefully he'll be back for that Leicester game, as that will be a very important game to say the least. But that is going to be the team news. I think there's something going on at Morecambe with maybe some COVID cases or something like that, but it doesn't seem to be affecting whichever team it is that actually faces us, so I don't think that is too much to worry about. But if I do just quickly get into my predicted lineup, in goal it's going to be Kepa. It seems weird that he was our starting goalkeeper for pretty much the start of the season and for the last two, because it seems like I just haven't seen him in ages, to be honest. And yeah, he's definitely going to be starting this game. I'm not sure if we're looking to offload him in January. I'm not sure who really would want him. I mean, it's a bit of a tricky one. But yeah, he's going to start in goal. Hopefully can get a clean sheet for us. Going into the back four, I am going to actually go with Emerson at left back. Obviously Ben Chilwell I think will be rested. He played quite a lot in December, even when he was quote unquote injured, so I mean, I think that Emerson will probably get the nod in this game. The two centre-backs, I am going for Antonio Rudiger and Tomori. Now, part of me thinks that because Tomori's most likely going to get loaned out this season, that maybe he's just not going to play. Maybe he won't even feature in this game. We'll see Rudiger and Zuma or something. But no, I will actually go with Tomori and Rudiger to start this game. I'm not sure, because obviously our game against Fulham is on Friday, and it's been a while since our last game against City on the Sunday, so I don't know if Lampard's going to do what maybe Jurgen Klopp did, where he played some of his more starting players to try and keep up their sort of match sharpness. I'm not too sure, so that could be an issue going into this game, but I am going to go with a more rotated team. Right back, I'm actually going with Valentino Livramento to start at right back, a very promising youth player, someone that's been talked about a fair bit this season. Obviously, he does play right back. Reece James plays there, so it seems unlikely that in the future he may surpass him. But to be honest, I mean, eventually as people will be gone, we'll need a rotation option at right back with Reece James. Maybe that's going to be the guy. I mean, it'll be good to see him in this game. I think he's going to start at right back. Obviously, James, who knows if he'll definitely be fit for Fulham, so you might want to rest Aspi and save him for that game as well. So I think we're going to give him a chance. I think he's probably going to be the only youth player that that isn't playing for us already that's going to start this game, and I'll get on to why. I think some people might think that there might be one or two more, but I do want to obviously get into that a little bit later. But it will be a nice debut for him, or at least a full starting debut, and hopefully he can have a good game. And going into the midfield, I think it's going to be a 4-3-3. It could go to a 4-2-3-1. I think, to be honest, the debate of which one we do, I think some people are debating we should do 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. When you guys probably don't realise is that we play both of those formations in games. You know, it's easy transition. You know, one's when you attack you one, when you defend you the other. I don't think it's really that big a deal, the lineup that you see on the actual starting graphic. I think the formation can really change in multiple ways, to be honest. So I don't think we really need to worry about that. But I will just set it out in a 4-3-3. Jorginho is going to be the deep player, and Billy Gilmour is going to be next to him on one of the sides. Now, I think that one of these guys is going to start against Fulham. I'm hoping it's Billy Gilmour who gets a chance. I think Lampard does need to look to his youth a little bit more for the next few games, as they're like the ones that are clearly playing under him a little bit more when maybe some players are on a little bit of a bad run of form, especially in midfield. Like Kante's obviously suspended. He wasn't that great against City. Kovacic wasn't that good as well. So maybe looking at some youth could be a good idea for Lampard. So Gilmour and Jorginho are going to start. I think Gilmour will probably start against Fulham. Going to the other centre mid, or who could be a centre attacking mid, it's going to be Kai Havertz. Hasn't started the game in a while. Has actually looked quite good since coming off the bench. Obviously got an assist against City. Hopefully he's putting that COVID illness behind him now. Obviously we can't forget that he wasn't necessarily playing amazing for us before he did get COVID. However, it definitely has hindered him slightly, and it's going to take him a while, guys, to get used to the league. And I think these bench performances could be quite good for him, because you look at Pulisic last season, he did not start the season off very well at all. Some people who don't watch Chelsea were saying that, he was amazing and Lampard didn't play him. Well, no, that wasn't the case. He was actually not very good. Lampard didn't play him, and then he eventually got brought back into the team, and he was amazing. So maybe we can see that with someone like Kai Havertz. He's got, he's tall, he's got the body for it, so hopefully he can get used to the league eventually. I think it takes players from the German league a little bit to transition to the game of the Premier League. But Kai Havertz is going to be that other guy in midfield. Hopefully he can pick up some form, maybe score a goal or two against Morecambe. Obviously he got that hat-trick against Barnsley that one time as well, so who knows what he can bring to the table. The front three was a bit of a difficult one. I think some people have Tino Anjorin starting as some more youth rotation. I'm not going to go with that. I'm going to go with Callum Hudson-Odoi, because I'm still not 100% sure if he'll start against Fulham. I think he should, but either way, I think he's going to start, and hopefully he can get some goals and have a really good performance and earn that place, even though it's against a much lower side. Obviously in I believe League 2 or something Morecambe are in. This could still be good for him to boost up his confidence and to boost up his fitness as well. He's saying that he's starting to feel more like himself after his injury. So hopefully this game can be another step towards that. On the right-hand side, I'm going with him on the left. I think Pulisic will be given a rest or just not played. On the right, I'm actually going with Hakim Ziyech. And the reason I'm doing that is because he's been injured for a long time. He definitely was not ready for the City game, or at least to start it. And I think this can really help just maybe build up some fitness and some sharpness. That's why I'm starting him in this game. Even though you maybe wouldn't think he'd start it originally, I think that because he's been injured, it makes quite a lot of sense for him to start this game. One thing that I want to mention quickly, guys, about the videos, I've noticed of the last few videos have been sort of lagging a little bit. I have been trying to sort that out, but if this video does lag, my apologies in advance. I will try and sort that out. But it was actually a tough one for me going to striker, because I don't know, I was wondering, because Abraham hasn't played in a while. Giroud obviously didn't really start against City, and I'm wondering if they're going to start against Fulham. Are they going to get some maybe match fitness minutes against this Morecambe side? Some people think that Werner is going to be starting up front to maybe get used to the up front position. To be honest, I could see any of these things happening, so it's really just kind of a guess for me which one's going to start. I think because he hasn't started a game in the longest time, I'm going to go with Tammy Abraham to start up front. Could be any of the other two. I think Abraham deserves it. I think Abraham should be really, like I said earlier, should be starting a lot of games, because he's sort of one guy that's playing quite a bit well under Lampard. I think the team actually looks the best when he is up front. Giroud's obviously scoring consistently, and it's nothing against him. But I think the team actually looks a bit better when Abraham's starting. But maybe you guys disagree. Let me know in the comments below. But he's going to be up front and hopefully score some goals. And hopefully some of these players can prove why they should be given a go against Fulham as well. But that is my lineup, guys. Post yours in the comments down below as well. It definitely could chop and change. Who knows? Maybe Lampard will want to build up some sharpness for players that haven't played in a while. Maybe he'll just want to rotate fully. Maybe we'll see some youth. Maybe we won't. I think there'll be quite a few youth players on the bench. that we saw. Sunset Bell, Barté, like players like that were all seen training with the first team. So I think they will fill out the bench a fair bit. I think we can use 5 substitutes in the FA Cup as well, so wouldn't be surprised if we did actually see a lot of those players, and I wouldn't be against it because I do think some of our starting players need a little bit of a rest. It'll be interesting to see what happens though if one of these players has like an immaculate performance, like if Andrew scored a hat-trick or something, like what would happen, but I'm not too sure. Going into the scoreline though, again it's a tough one. We haven't been on the best of form. Morecambe are a very poor side. Will it be hard to maybe break them down? Will they just sit deep? Will we tear through them? Could there be something ridiculous? To be honest, because against Grimsby, I believe we won 7-0, 7-1. So I honestly have no clue what to predict. This is really just a stab in the dark. Initially, I went for 5-1, but I'll go for the clean sheet, I think. I'll go for 5-0, I think we'll win. Honestly, not too sure. It's a stab in the dark. It could be more, it could be less. Who knows? Maybe the unimaginable happens and we don't win again, which that would not be great for Lampard at all. I really hope that does not happen. It shouldn't do, but who knows what's going on in this crazy coronavirus season. But that is going to be my lineup and scoreline for the game, guys. Let me know yours in the comments below. Do be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Chelsea FC content. My review for this game will be out tomorrow, so do stay tuned for that. You guys can also check out the latest episode of my West Ham career mode, which I uploaded yesterday if you have not yet seen it. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you all do have a nice day, and I'll see you next time.